Hey guys, it is me, Brian, from the Star Wars Canon Library, and it's time for another review, guys. And this one's gonna get rough. For those of you who have been watching for any amount of time, you've heard me say that I hated Heir to the Jedi. And for those of you who want to know if I want to say anything different, stay tuned because I've got some new things I want to say about this book, but it's going to be along the same lines. I hate this book. This book is, oh god, it's bad. This was the third novel to come out in the new canon series, all right? And it wasn't even meant to be canon to begin with. What happened was it was already in the process of being published when the canon wipe happened, so it kind of got grandfathered in to where it technically is canon, but it wasn't meant to be canon. This was the third book of a series of three. There was a Han book, a Leia book, and a Luke book. The Han book and the Leia book are both legends, and this one slipped into the canon realm. And this is actually this. I'd like to think that this book is the reason we ended up getting Weapon of the Jedi, Smuggler's Run, and Moving Target. I guess this was supposed to be the EU versions of that. I don't know. But anyway, this book is, in my opinion, one of the worst books ever written. And it had such potential, too. Here's the thing about this book. It's not written like a normal book. It's written like Luke is telling the story. And instead of saying Luke, did this with his lightsaber, instead it says, I did this with my lightsaber, whatever. It's Luke telling the story, and which wouldn't be bad if it actually sounded like Luke talking, like if it actually sounded like Mark Hamill saying lines, and it doesn't at all. I mean, you never hear the word via come out of Luke's mouth, and it even says, I got to the palace via the tunnel, like something like that, and it's just crap. Like this book sucks, all right? And this book was such a letdown. And the thing is, like I said, it had potential. It could have been something great. And I've read some of Kevin Hearne's other material, and he's a great author. But he has no business whatsoever being in the Star Wars canon at all. I mean, and he was dropping references to the original movie, like every few minutes. Like, okay, we get it. You've seen the original. We just move on, okay? And I mean, he even almost used word for word quotes, almost like at one point Luke's telling this girl pilot that he's trying to get laid by the way, that he's like, oh, I was going to go to the Tashi station to pick up some power converters. Okay, we get it. You've seen the original movie. You move on, okay? Seriously. And this guy wasn't trying to write Star Wars. He was trying to write something that sounded like Star Wars, and it doesn't work. I mean, at all. This book is so bad. It's just, I wouldn't even let Andrew read it. Like, he said something about it. I wouldn't even put the book in his hands so he could look at it. Like, he can just look at it on the shelf. See, it's like right there. He can just look at it there all he wants. I don't even want it on my canon shelf. It is that bad, okay? That's just my personal opinion. I hated this book so freaking much. And like I said, it's just Luke trying to get laid the whole time. He's got this female pilot taking him around to do these missions for Leia, and even Leia gets jealous at one point. Okay, we get it. Luke and Leia had a thing going before they found out they were brother and sister. We all know that, okay? They had the whole flirty thing going back and forth. Okay, that's cool. But you don't have to touch on it so much. Like, just, if you were going to do a Luke Skywalker novel, you should have done it between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Or, like, after Return of the Jedi leading up to The Force Awakens. That would have been awesome to see, or to read. Instead of this piece of crap. I mean, this book is so bad, guys. If you guys have read it, comment below. Let us know what you thought of it. If you liked it, cool. I'm not knocking if you liked it. I mean, everybody has different opinions on different things. You're allowed to like stuff that other people don't. Me, personally, I did not care for it at all. Like, none of it whatsoever. But make sure you guys comment below. Start the discussion. Guys, talk about this book. If you've read it, let us know what you think. If not, I wouldn't read it if I were you. You don't need to know anything in this book to know what's going on in the canon universe. None of it. None of it. You would be better off going and reading The Weapon of a Jedi, which is the book that happens immediately after this one in the timeline. And it's another Luke story. It's that little mini novel that came out. It's so much better. It makes up ground for Heir to the Jedi. So, guys, like I said, comment below. Let us know what you think. Make sure you visit us on Facebook. It is facebook.com/Star Wars Canon Library. And make sure you visit our website. It is www.starwarscanonlibrary.com. We have all the videos, all the reviews, everything I've got done so far on the website. Make sure you give that Facebook page a like as well. I'd sure appreciate it. And hey, share this video with your friends. Make sure you get the word out that they do not need to read this book, that it is that bad. It is such a waste of time. But anyway, let me know if you guys think differently. Okay, that's the great thing about all this stuff. Everybody has an opinion, and not everybody's right, and not everybody's wrong. It's subjective. So let us know what you guys thought. Hey, till next time, guys. This is Brian. May the Force be with you.